You're watching Kickback and Chat with Amber Pickens. I'm in Hollywood at the 51st NAACP Image Awards dinner. What a better way to celebrate Black History Month than honoring excellence in television, cinema, literary, and music? Oh, and guess what? Rihanna will be receiving the Presidential Award. Also, for the first time, they are honoring two extraordinary activists. So stay tuned. I'm so excited to share with you some awesome chats. What should we expect to see tonight? Because I'm just so excited.
Well, you know, we are an organization that we're able to display the talents in the arts and entertainment community. We should be proud with the legacy that we are standing on, but we should also be proud with this moment.
How does it feel to be nominated for the 51st NAACP Image Award?
It is amazing because it's for my book, More Than Free, and you know, you take a chance on you, and people embrace it, and they hear the message, and they hear your heart, and that's really what it's all about. You know, so many people are afraid to tell their stories, and I'm glad that I didn't get, and I don't want to say stuck in music, but feel so comfortable doing music that I didn't realize there's more to tell.
Yeah, that you can utilize your voice in a whole new way.
Absolutely.
Yes, receive it. This is your night.
It still feels crazy to hear it out loud, and it's the night of the show.
This is your first album, and you're independent.
This is my first album. I'm an independent artist, and people are really receiving it well. This is such a high honor to have, you know, the family. You know, NAACP is for us.
Yes, what does NAACP Image Awards mean to you? What does tonight mean to you and your journey?
Honestly, it means more than I can actually speak about. As a Black, as an African American woman, you know, trying to keep on the tradition of our ancestors in this society has been very difficult. But, you know, to be honored and to be someone to have reverence for my music and appreciation for my music, my art form. You know, growing up, like you said, you saw me, I was always pushing and writing and trying as much as I could to make sure that my art can be true and stay true to myself and still be, you know, in the main front and still be out here to the people. So it's, you know, it's imperative that we support the NAACP awards or any awards or anything that has to do with Black culture. And I'm very, 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 very honored to be here.
We've all been impacted by the NAACP somehow. And to be in this moment right now, it's just like, it lets you know as a young Black kid, like, whatever you want is possible. Like, looking around and going, I belong. I belong in this industry. I belong in this walk of life, and that God is real, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Jump in.
Let's look at it. See, this is my little brother.
This is Marcel on Welcome to the Neighborhood.
Hello,
Jump in.
Greetings and salutations.
I was just talking about how wonderful you are.
Oh, thanks.
Y'all look so handsome, too.
Thank you.
So handsome.
This is Amber.
I'm Amber Pickens. I forgot to introduce
Hi,
myself.
Amber. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing? Are you excited? He jumped in. It's great. I love it. I love it. How are you feeling tonight? Are you excited to be nominated?
I'm excited to be nominated. I'm excited to see all the nominees decked out, looking so good and excellent and beautiful and Black.
His suit, though, the way it shimmers.
Oh, I know. Blue's actually my favorite color.
Blue's my favorite color. Amber,
Really? Yes, blue.
we just become best friends?
We did.
Come on. All right.
Is there any other roles or anybody that you would love to play in the future?
Spider-Man.
Yes, Spider-Man, that's so cool. Why Spider-Man?
Well, I've been a fan of him since Miles Morales since that first comic came out. My brother got it for me at a book fair, and I read the comic. And I was like, wow. I was like, I really want to play this guy. I mean, at the time I wasn't old enough, so I was like, maybe when I get older, you know, I can play this superhero. And I don't know, it's been a dream of mine ever since. So I keep putting it out into the universe.
Oh yeah, it'll definitely happen. I'm excited to see you play Spider-Man one day.
Thank you.
It's one of the amazing hosts from Red Table Talk.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so great, and she was just sharing with us that she's nervous because usually she's supporting her family, and tonight all the spotlight's on you.
Yeah, and I would never in a million years expect to be here, but for the grace of God. So
Yes, amen to that.
proud.
Your show is incredible, and it's 3 generations on that show. Like, what does it mean to you to have your own show, to be able to talk with your daughter and your granddaughter about such important and current issues?
Well, you know, I trust Jada. I would never have done this any other way. I trust Jada to care for me because I'm NTE. I'm new to entertainment. I have no idea what I'm doing. You know, but she makes it all very comfortable, and the fact that we're doing it in her home and that I'm doing it with Willow and Jada, you know.
How does it feel to be nominated tonight?
Well, I happen to be in a category where I'm really proud of every single actor in it, so that I think the person standing up there is going to end up sending every 2 months to the next one, and
Yes.
the next one, because everyone is stellar. And what I also love is that they're beginners and they're long time, been there in the trenches. It's a wonderful combination.
And can you tell us a little bit more about your book? What can we expect from it?
You know, my book is really an invitation to women, particularly black women, to start having more courageous conversations with each other and to be more vulnerable and share more of our how we came to be stories, more of the challenges and the triumphs, and to be candid about that with each other, because it's the way that we give each other tools to survive and to thrive in the world. So my book is an offering, and it is an invitation to other young black women.
And now I'm here with the incredible singer and now actor. He's nominated tonight for Outstanding Performance.
Yes, absolutely.
Major.
Listen, it's so good to see you. Many don't know that this one is the stars. It's an honor to see you on the carpet, living in the fullness of your amazingness. And listen, this is going to be an incredible night. I'm super excited about everything. I'm grateful for my 2 nominations, not just music, outstanding male artist, but also that acting as outstanding guest performance for Star.
That's so awesome. I'm just so congratulations.
Thank you.
You're switching it. You're utilizing your voice in so many different ways.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Well, there you have it, everyone. Thanks for tuning in for Kickback and Chat with Amber Pickens. I'm so excited for all this excellence in this room at the 51st NAACP Image Awards.
Back and chat.
Get back and chat.
Kick off your shoes and chat with me. Oh.
I love it.
Hi, we're the Captain's sister.
Yo, this is Skip Ballin. Yo, what's good? This is Diggy Simmons.
My name is Janika JoJo Gibbs, and you're watching Kickback and Chat with Amber Pickens.
I'm so excited to be here and just celebrate all these artists for all the work that they're putting in and all the inspiration, and I'm just so excited. So stay tuned for more. We are behind the scenes. As you can see, it's all these beautiful media people getting ready. I'm in my Sherry Hill gown that I'm so excited about, my 2-piece. Thank you, Sherry Hill, my Texas sisters. I'm just so excited. Today, it took me a minute to get my hair together. I wanted my hair to be perfect for today, so I did a twist. My makeup, my lashes, my earrings, all my rings on my finger. I had to paint my nails about 5 minutes ago. If you know me, you know I hate chipped nails, and so I got my nails together. So just walking around the scoop, we have the backdrop over here, the Step and Repeat, which I love, all this gold to match my dress.
We're 111 years old. And this is our 51st award show. And I think at the end of the day, we're all we have. And if we're not working together to make things better, then I don't know what happens to us, right? So we just all have to come together and realize no one's perfect, no organization is perfect, but the way you get to perfection is by working together and coming in and helping to make things better.
You start off as a dancer, and we both studied at the A-League school, so how did you transition into acting?
You know, I had always wanted to be an actor, and I come from a neighborhood where nobody does this, and so I thought I would be able to do it through dance, but turns out when you're a dancer, you're kind of a dancer, and at A-League you get trained, so I could dance. Yeah, like I could really dance. And when you dance that well, they think kind of that's all you can do. But through the years of practicing and more classes and just getting out there, and like we're artists, and so we do all these things, and we always have to go and show people that, you know, you can't confine us to this one thing.
My favorite black inspirational quote, this is not necessarily a black inspirational quote, but Yoda's green, so he does have color to him. I love do or do not, there is no try. And that's from Star Wars. I love that, the idea that stop acting like you got to figure it out. Just do it. And if you fail, you fail. But stop trying, live, be, do. I love that one. Listen, this is really the only guaranteed place where our work can be celebrated and seen. So I think it's important for us to have this outlet. I would love to live in a world where everybody is judged equally and their art is judged equally, but we know that's not the case. So until that happens, or if that never happens, we have this, and I get to talk to you.
It means the world to be able to play Yusuf Salaam, one of the greatest men that I know. But yeah, it was interesting getting to prepare for it because I wasn't familiar with the case before. So it was first getting familiar with it, reading into it, watching the documentary, and then like kind of sitting there and going, wow, like I can't believe that something like this could happen. So it was just kind of before meeting him, trying to dive deeper into it, watching just interviews with him, videos of him to see like just his mannerisms, how he is as a person, to try and capture that.
It's amazing. We lost to Blackish again, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? We got one more year. Hopefully we get that. No, but I love being at these events, man. Seeing all the people that I'm inspired by, that that are the same color as me, and just talented, and we're just able to make each other better, and that's my favorite part about these events.
I'm so grateful that the NAACP has recognized it, second year in a row, and we're here to celebrate, these stories being told honestly and truthfully and straightforward.
His 20s is a comedy. It's loosely based off Lena Waithe's life as she was in her 20s trying to pursue being a screenwriter. It's also based off her two best friends, based on her two best friends as well. And it's a hilarious show. You're going to see something different, something new you never seen before. Collaboratively, everybody came together, from the directors to the composer to the actors, everybody, and it's cinematic, it's different, and it's fresh, and people are going to love it.
It's an NAACP with 2,200 units across the country in 47 states. I think this is a great night for Black America. I think it's a great night for the African diaspora.
How was it working on such a film that had such a huge impact and that's really talking about social justice?
There was a certain level of responsibility for sure, not just to honor the roles that we were playing individually, but to honor Brian and the telling of his story, to honor Michael B. Jordan as an incredible visionary, as executive producer of the film, to honor the wonderful ensemble that came together, Destin and Andrew, and everyone came together just in service.
Now Black teens and teens in general are just at the forefront of the movement in the world, really. And so I think it was great just to see that imagery on screen, but also just to work under two amazing and just beautiful Black women, Melina Matsoukas and Lena Waithe, was really cool. And to be able to play off of Daniel and Jody was really cool and really special.
And listen, this is a celebration of excellence. This is a celebration of community. This is a celebration of continued growth. I'm just happy to be in this space.
I'm beyond ecstatic, you know what I'm saying? It's such a blessing to be here, and have this opportunity. So we're just looking forward to touching the stage and, giving the people something real nice, you know what I'm saying? It's my responsibility for carry forward this legacy, you know what I'm saying? And I would say Black History Month is every month for me, you know what I'm saying? I don't stop black after February, you know what I'm saying? I'm black all my life, so you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but we just look forward to bringing this message, to the people, and up some new streets and some new avenues, you know what I'm saying, and keep this message alive and keep the light going, you know what I'm saying? I talked to my dad about, what Run DMC was in those times. He was like, man, I just feel like I floated through that time, and I just did what I had to do. There was nothing more to it than just going with my gut. And that's what I encourage everybody to do. Go with what you really enjoy doing.
It's amazing. This feels incredible to have actually won an NAACP for Greenleaf. We work hard. We put a lot of our souls into it. And Miss Winfrey alone is, she said love is in the details, and she pays attention to every detail. So to be able to take a win home for Greenleaf is such an honor.
I'm literally the only woman in the room with a whole bunch of men, and like my co-hosts, our producers, the camera people, everybody. So somebody has to represent, and sometimes you feel like you're just always fighting for everything. But it's important, and I love the fact when people hit me up and be like, I am so glad that you were in the room to say that and to defend this and explain this in that way. So it means a lot to me when people notice that.
To not only win for Best Series, but have to run back around right quick for my win for Best Supporting Actress. It just means the world, because the members of the NAACP and the people who subscribe to their magazine vote for this award. So that means that our show, this character, is connecting to our audience, that they get it, because I tell you, our audiences have been so loyal and supportive, and it means the world to me. I think that no matter what someone, the world, the industry is saying to you, though there may be clues that we have to take in and move with, but you got to remember the passion that God put in you to do something and why, and continue to believe in it authentically, you know? Because there is no fingerprint like your fingerprint. There is no instinct quite that is your instinct. So you got to trust that. And I think with God's grace, I think that's maybe why the characters continue to resonate, because I try to find the truth in them that is just theirs and mine, you know? So it's not a cardboard you know what I mean? So they can't say, oh, anybody could have done that. I like it when they say, that was a Lynn Whitfield role. It's like, well, okay, so I put a stamp on it.
What we love about the Image Awards is that it celebrates all of Black America, from Rihanna to John Lewis, politics, music, film, television, music, everything we love.
Well, look, I think, you know, what we do is we bring our art, we bring our passion, we bring ourselves to the table, and anytime someone is saying, especially in this country, when someone is saying, hey, we want to honor our Black artists, our Black excellent, our politicians, you know, the people who are creating the culture and creating the movement, there's always space for that. You know, we anytime that praising Black culture is on the table, I'm all for it. You know, and so this is an opportunity for celebration, but we need more opportunities to celebrate. You know, in the midst of good times and bad times, you know, this is another opportunity to celebrate our excellence, to celebrate the things that we're doing to push the culture and the conversation forward.
Blackness, my size, my height, my masculinity all go into, you know, choosing the roles, because I know there's always the conversation of the words that you're saying on the page, and then there's the conversation of what your body means in a role without anything said. So I always take into consideration, what is it that I mean in this role without anything said? How would it change that I take this role instead of anyone else? And that's a big thing, and that's part of the responsibility I feel for portraying Black men in a certain way and with integrity, but still having the freedom to do it in a myriad of ways. So I never feel like I'm stuck having to portray Black men or Black masculinity in one way, because I don't represent any one masculinity, any one Black masculinity, you know? So I always put that into thought when I choose a role.
I try to remove myself from this project as much as possible, because it's not even about me. I'm just trying to get Bryan Stevenson to the forefront. He's such an important person. His work is so important to us and to our community. I just, once I knew about him, it wasn't like I couldn't unknow, you know, so I had to do everything I could and use my platform to kind of put his name and his story out to the masses so people could really understand what the work he's actually doing. So, yeah, I mean, it feels good. It feels good.
Excellent, Black excellence, pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Summed it all up.
My name is Lena Wade.
Hi, I'm Mike Coulter. How you doing, y'all? It's Lil Rel Howery.
I'm Cynthia Erivo.
My name is Bryan Stevenson.
This is Cheryl Lee Ralph, and you are watching Kickback and Chat with Amber Pickens. Hey, Amber.
Hey everyone, you're watching Kickback and Chat with Amber Pickens. I'm here at the American Black Film Festival Honors in Hollywood. I'm so excited because tonight we'll be honoring Black culture and artists that have made distinguished contributions in the entertainment business. We'll be honoring CCH Pounder, Lena Waithe, Jamie Foxx, Cynthia Erivo, and Louis Gossett will be receiving the Hollywood Legacy Award. So stay tuned for so much excellence.
We felt that there was a need for platforms that celebrate people of color. And there's a lot of stuff out here, but there just wasn't enough celebrating our art, our culture, our people. And honestly, we just wanted to empower middle school kids, right, to pursue careers in film and TV and the arts, and we're just humbled that 24 years later that this is bigger than ever.
I'm looking forward to seeing my friends, you know, and to embrace them and hold them tight, and to, you know, to get some of that spirit, some of that energy that we need nowadays, you know, to support each other and to be there for each other. And this has been a rough year so far for everybody. And it's important, I think, that we use these opportunities to really embrace each other.
You know, 60 years ago, black people had to say, my head is bloody but not bowed. I haven't had to say that, and I'm standing on their shoulders. People who did so much more with so much less, and I'm inspired by that kind of activism, and it just makes me believe and understand that if they could do what they did, I have to do what I can do.
To even get exposed to Bryan Stevenson's book, Just Mercy, which is also a phenomenal read. If you like the movie, check the book out. But to be a part of something that's so important as far as raising the conversation about the unjust in our justice system, and particularly how it predicates on black and brown people, and hopefully making that uncomfortable conversation comfortable so that we can start critically analyzing the justice system and making it a better system for everybody and move forward. To be a part of something like that could possibly positively change the world, phenomenal.
If there were no writers, there's no script. And the actors can't do anything, directors can't do anything. There's nothing that can be done without the writer. So it is the power tool to help our voices be heard and get out there, and that's where it all starts. It's with the pen and paper or the keypad.
What is some wisdom that you would like to share with millennials?
Well, first thing that you have to say, because it's such a hard thing to do, is put it together. There is no such thing as impossible. Get that out of the way. So now you put your clothes on and brush your teeth and you go for work. Now if you go for a 10 and you get a 5, you don't get disappointed because there's 5 more than you had when you started. Now go for another 10. So you have an impetus in your life going in the right direction. And you're never going to be in charge. That belongs to God.
There's no one way to get it. There's no one way to explain it. You just got to believe in your cause and understand that you have a point of view that you have to fight to represent. And don't let anybody tell you no.
So in honor of Black History Month, you got to work with the amazing late John Singleton that was a trailblazer in black cinema. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience working with him?
I mean, it's life-changing. He gave me an opportunity when I felt like I wasn't going to have an opportunity, and it changed my life. And we were able to grow a friendship in the 3 years that I worked with him, and I miss him. You know, I miss him. He was a great help whenever I had a question about anything industry-related or, you know, just about life. He was there to answer any question I had.
John was complicated and trying. As a director, he really pushed me in places that I didn't even know I wanted to go. And what came out of it was, I call it, he was my Picasso. He was my Rembrandt. He knew what the painting was to look like. And he asked me to lend myself to that painting. And it was jarring in the beginning, but then as I allowed my ego to step back and just surrender to his masterpiece, I found myself a part of it. I don't know if I was the brush or if I was the paint, but it was all coming together so magically. And it was a phenomenal experience.
It's important for the world to see black love and being okay with it being written and directed by a black woman, right? From her perspective, Stella did an amazing job doing it. You know, I like seeing our chocolate faces on screen. You know, we remember when we saw Love Jones and Love and Basketball and how, like, that was inspiring to us. So in our generation, it's cool to be that for another generation. Like, wow, it's cool to see these black faces.
Love, period, is important, but black love is especially important because there's a lot of negative imagery of us, and there has been historically. So, you know, we bringing that back around. It's a new turn of the century, and it's a new movement happening.
Black women, you know, we lead the charge when it comes to everything. You know, we're not afraid to go through a brick wall. We're not afraid to fight the good fight, and we're not afraid to do things in a daring way. You know, I think of me and Melina, Like, we're just not afraid.
We need someone in the forefront for the younger generation, right, to pave the way for them, because there's very few women in these positions that can greenlight projects, can make the decisions on who's going to be in it, what you're going to make, when you're going to make it. And so to be able to have that power, you know, which is so hard in Hollywood, you know, being operating outside of Hollywood for so long, you have to find other doors to go into.
Be a student of your craft. Know what you're doing. And that's the art. And then there's the business. And be a good business person. And making sure you do the things necessary to put yourself in a position so someone can give you an opportunity. Remember, luck is when preparedness meets opportunity. So the only thing that you can do is be prepared. And then the opportunity comes along, and that synergy creates luck.
So you make that shit sound smart, see? See what I'm saying? Yo, pinky in the brain, dog. What we do every day. Try and take over the world, man.
My dream role is an action figure where I'm a spy and I wear a liquid bodysuit and I assassinate bad guys and I save the day.
I can see that easily.
Huh?
I can see that easily.
Really? From your lips to God's ears, I claim it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm an actor, so for me, I'm always more challenged by something that's farther away from me. You know, Luke Cage was as far from me as Darius from Black and Blue, and I like the opportunity to stretch and just do something different and change things.
How is it working on God Friend of Me? Congratulations, it's such a great show.
It's so much fun. I think one of the dopest parts, we film in New York City. So it's really real, and you get to visit different parts of New York that you haven't had a chance to visit. Sometimes we film at museums and things like that, so that's a lot of fun.
What is your favorite Black film?
I really loved The Mighty Quinn with Denzel Washington. Then again, I really loved Piece of the Action with Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby. Then again, I really did love Black Orpheus.
Bad Boys. My favorite Black film is actually Shaft. And I just wrote a piece about Gordon Parks, and what he did in 1972 was so transformational that's the film I'm lifting up tonight.
Why is it important for Black women to be leading and directing, writing in Hollywood?
Because Black women, you know, we lead the charge when it comes to everything. You know, we're not afraid to go through a brick wall. We're not afraid to fight the good fight. And we're not afraid to do things in a daring way. You know, I think of me and Melina, like, we're just not afraid. We're not scared. And I think that's how Black women have always been, because we can't afford to be, you know?
What can we expect from this new series?
Oh my goodness, 20s is a comedy. It's loosely based off Lena Waithe's life as she was in her 20s trying to pursue being a screenwriter. It's also based off her two best friends, based on her two best friends as well. And it's a hilarious show. You're gonna see something different, something new you've never seen before. Collaboratively, everybody came together, from the directors to the composer to the actors, everybody, you know, and it's cinematic. It's different and it's fresh, and people are going to love it.
There you have it. Tonight has been filled with so much excellence. I'm so excited that I was able to be here and see all these amazing artists be honored. So many of them have inspired me so much. I hope that you took away a lot from tonight, and that we just keep pushing forward and keep creating amazing art.